Welcome back to another Top Fuel Teachers video, and we'd all like to wish you a happy new year. Let's talk a little bit more about the progress with the WRC Focus. So we've been cracking on with the work with the Focus, mainly stripping it down and that. It's not pretty,
but you can't make an omelette without cracking a few eggs, eh?
This is very true. So as you can see, we've got 99% of the wrap off of it. All the major body panels, all the wrap we took off with a heat gun and a lot of peeling. There's still some wrap left, but we need to take the mirrors off and these strips off to get that off. Going to take the bumpers off and the wings off to get the wrap off around the edges, because we want it all totally sterile for the new wrap when we get to put it on. There is a lot of work involved in it, and we've also left a lot of the glue residue on it behind. We've got some special glue residue remover coming, so we'll see how that works and hopefully it'll work well. In some places it had lacquer peel, and when we were pulling the wrap off, it took the lacquer off with it. The wrap come off really easy when it was like that, but it's left obviously a very slight variation in the height of the paint that's lacquered and not lacquered. So we will need to DA it all down a bit. We'll try and DA it down quite with a fine-ish grip, because we don't want any of the lines like that showing through the wrap. So we've done DA on some bits, and it is quite smooth. It's still dusty, as you can see. So yeah, we want the wrap to look really good on it. We might paint the front bumper rather than wrap it because of all the angles and the contours on it. It's something we're going to talk with Scotty about when he eventually comes up to see us. Where are you, Scotty? Come on, mate, answer me message.
Oi, come on.
So yeah, we'll get Scotty to come and have a look, because obviously DC UK Customs, that's who's going to be doing the wrap for us. Like I say, we've been cracking on. We've got our front light pod sort of like dummied on there now. It still needs a little bit of work, a little bit of tidying up. There's some angles here that are affecting my OCD, because although the light pod is central, the actual mould of it wasn't very symmetric. So we still need to just adjust it for that. We're going to get some tie downs for there as well, just to keep it tied down, basically. Little rally ones that you can unclip, so if you do want to take the light pod off, which we're probably not going to, we can just unbolt it and unclip it. So under the bonnet as well, it's not very pretty. We've got a lot of wiring to sort out. The water cooling system needs sorting out as well. There's a bolt missing out the exhaust manifolds there. We hope it's not snapped. If so, we've got to drill it out. We've already got our extractor broken one from back there on the rocker cover. We've sorted this one out anyway. We haven't tried to start it yet. Like I said, what we want to do is we want to get it started before we pull it out, because we are going to pull it all out and start again. But we want to make sure that the engine is good before we do it, because when we pull it out, we're going to put a new cam belt water pump on it. Don't want to be wasting that on an engine that's no good. So there is a lot of work involved to get it so it is in a point where we can start it up, but it's just the way we're going to do it. We've robbed the grill from that one, which is going to be a bit of a donor. It's going to be supplying a few bits actually. We've robbed the switch gear from it, the indicator and wiper switches, and also the steering column cowling. All these bits are just to tidy it up a little bit when it goes back together. So we've also obviously got some of our blue fancy dressing, underbody dressing bolts in there, because it's not going to be red and white. This is going to be mostly blue and white livery that goes on it. So like I say, it's a little bit of a secret and under wraps until the big reveal at the Octane show, June the 9th. That's when we'll be unveiling it. Fingers crossed. It's 5 months and it's a lot of work, but I'm fairly confident. If the engine's okay, I'm fairly confident we can get it done. So inside the car, again, it's a bit untidy. We got the body control module and fuse box there, down there. We need to get that back up under the dashboard. I think this cable here for the battery cut-off, which is connected to the little T-bar on the scuttle.
Thank you, Wally.
I think that is seized up the cable, but I ain't going to put a new one of them on just because I like the look of it and that. We managed to find a nice carbon gear knob. We still need to connect the gear cables up under the bonnet though, but like I said, we're going to be pulling it all out, so not too important for that for the moment. We have got rid of all our, well, we haven't got rid, we took all the windows out, all the plastic windows out from the sides. We're looking at getting new ones just because the old ones are old and they're scratched. We could clean them up, but we're probably going to get new ones for it. We're in talks with the company at the moment about it. Roll cage, obviously this will all come out. We might, depending on price, get that powder coated white to match the car. We'll have to see. Seats will stay for now, but we'll probably look at changing them at some point in time. Steering wheel, we're going to change as well. Just tidy up the interior a little bit, but still keep it totally stripped out rally spec. We'll, in time again, we'll change the harnesses for some better ones. They're only 3-point, these ones. So again, in time we'll change that. As you can see, like I said, we cut out both sides of the rear windows. Moving around to the spoiler. Unfortunately, the spoiler has some better days, like we know. We showed you the crack in it here last time. Well, if you look under here, we've also got a big bit there where that's just not very good. So we're going to attend to that as well. And also, if you look here, we've got it split all along the bottom there as well. So it is very thin. We've got to see what we can do with it. We were going to leave it to Brian to totally fix for us, but it's a bit unfair to Brian really. So if you're watching, I'm sorry Brian. So we're probably going to have a go ourselves. We'll get some fiberglass resin, we'll dig some of that out, and then we'll probably just put the resin in there, sand it down. Like I said, the spoiler is also bonded to the rear polycarbonate window. We have cut it all off already. We'll probably look at getting a new rear window as well, so we can bond it back on. Because also the spoiler around the side is actually drilled and screwed through the window. So obviously the spoiler we've noticed is a little bit on the wonk, just a very little bit offset. So when we get a new window, we'll try and get it dead centre, fix the spoiler all up, strengthen it up, repair it, and then we'll get Brian to paint it. Hopefully then he's not got as much work. So that's the spoiler. A lot of work involved in that spoiler still, but once we get the spoiler off, it's not going to slow us down because we can have some students working on the spoiler, some working on the car. Like I said, massive deadline we've got, 5 months. Big lot of work to do. In the boot, there's not really a lot to do in here. We've obviously got the fuel filler here, but that just needs tightening up a bit on the mountings, or even making some more mountings up. We've got a nice battery box in there, which is very secure and solid. We're going to change the power lead. It's not very good. We have got some other red cable, some bigger, thicker cable, which is nicer. So we're going to do that. Like I said, the rear window will come out. You can see where it was stuck under there, where the spoiler was stuck to it. That will come out, and obviously when we get the new wire or the new window and that, we'll line it all up, we'll drill the new holes. So when it comes to reattaching the spoiler, if you look here, we can see that unfortunately the rear window wasn't bonded very well to the tailgate, and the screw actually never went into the tailgate. So when it comes to us refitting the spoiler, we'll line it all up, we'll mark it, and then we'll drill a hole through the window into the tailgate, so the spoiler is actually screwed to the tailgate there, and where it should be up here as well, and it'll be bonded to the window. So hopefully it will be a lot stronger than what it would have been. Bear in mind, this car never really went on the road since this spoiler was fitted. but we are going to be taking it everywhere. We're going to be going all over. Silverstone to Ford Fair, 4-Power Live Brands Hatch, Modified Live Snetterton. This car is it's going to be the same as like Project D. We want to be travelling all over with it, trying to win trophies with this as well to match up with the Project D ones. So that there, like I say, and also with that, you can see that the window's not bonded to the tailgate in that area. So it's another little thing that we want to attend to, and another little job that we got to do. We were going to weld this one up. Not decided. It's a bit of hard work at getting it all to look nice. Don't really want to put too much filler in the car if I can help it. So we might actually put a boot catch back in it. We're going to have flush mount tailgate aero catches here and on the bonnet as well. We've already got them. So we might run the boot latch in there as well, just for a bit extra bit of security. One of the other nice things, we've got a box down here of all goodies for the car. One of the things I am looking forward to getting in there is this lovely hydro handbrake. Just for the hill starts, of course, that's all. You'll be able to do the hill starts nicely. Nothing else. We're not going to be using it for any other reasons, just for hill starts. Honest. One other thing we're going to do is our tailpipe here. It's a little bit too further back, so we're just going to put a couple of inches on the tailpipe, just so the tip comes out a little bit further. So we're just going to put a couple of extra little inches on the tip. Obviously, when the livery's finished, we're going to have our autism awareness across the rear bumper, same as what we're going to do on the Primera and the track car. Be a little thing like we've got it on D. Just have our autism awareness sticker on there. We've got some other stuff coming for it. Like I said, we've got a steering wheel coming for it. We've got some blue mud flaps coming for it as well, and some pedals, just some little bits that we got. So it's there, it's getting there. A lot of work still to do. Going to take the spoiler off, the mirrors off, get the rest of the wrap off of it all, get the bumpers off, and then we can start going over it and looking at the mechanicals as well. We'll get it jacked up. We'll get all the wheels off it, and we'll check all the brakes over. We'll check all the suspension, make sure everything's all right and workable. I have had a quick look, and the gas shocks look like they're still in really good condition, which is good. It's sort of like at the height we're going to run it at now, which is like a tarmac spec height, but the arches are cut higher than a standard one, because even on the dollies it sits lower than that Focus. So it's deceiving. It sits lower than what it looks like. But we're going to check it all over. At the moment, like I said, if the engine is a good one, if it is still a good one, I think our 5-month deadline is still good for it. But we need to put a windscreen in it as well, unfortunately, because the windscreen's got a big crack across the bottom. So unfortunately we can't, it's a very hard job to cut a windscreen out of this without damaging it, because we could have put that one in it. But we'll speak to our windscreen guy, he's very nice, we've used him before, and we'll get a new screen put in it once it's wrapped. And then we'll probably cut it out ourselves before it gets wrapped. Then we'll get it wrapped with Scotty. Then we'll call him in, we'll get him to stick the front windscreen in. While he's here, I'm sure he'll do it for us, we'll get him to stick in the back screen and the rear sides as well. So they'll be bonded in proper with the proper stuff. So that should stop leaks and help us out. Other than that, that's pretty much where we are at the moment with the car. It will probably be, most of our videos will be on this car, I reckon, at the moment with progress, but we may squeeze a couple of the other cars in. But this one is the one that we're going to be concentrating on. Obviously, we still want to get the Primera on the road, we've still got to do Paul's Escort, and we've still got to do the track car. All of them 3 cars there, we are hoping to get to the show as well in June. So, yeah, we've got lots of work to do. But our students, they absolutely love it. So, do you love it, Ollie?
Yeah, boy.
He loves it. So, that's it for this video, really. Come back and see us next Friday, where hopefully we'll have some more progress on this. Maybe have spoken to some more companies and find out if we can be cheeky with them as well. So we have been speaking to the legendary Matt Neal at Team Dynamics, and there could be something in the pipeline now. You have to wait and see. So what I will do is I'll say it's goodbye from Chris.
See ya.
It's goodbye from Ollie.
See ya.
And it's goodbye from me. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.